Karl Ove Knausgaard if he did acid. Actually, shrooms. More so shrooms, I think. Sorry, there is a man screaming about vegetables. Can I just wait until he passes? Do we wait? Books are better than people. I said it. Yeah. Hi, hello, it's your boy Nate. It's that time of the year. Top 10 of 2022. Are you ready? Here we go. We're gonna do this. Oh, if you're new here, I'm Nathan. I read books because reading is sexy, and if you're not reading, you're not sexy. Okay, top 10 books. Ranked. Just for y'all. I did it. It's time. We are capping it off at 90 books. I read 90 books in 2022. Original goal was 52, a book a week. We surpassed that, 90. Almost 100. Will we do 100 next year? We will see. But 90 books. Starting off with Luster by Raven Leilani at number 10. Number 10, Raven Leilani, Luster. No? Anyone? Anyway, it was one of the early books that I read this year, and it's a book that I still think about every other day or something, but just like the visceral sweat, tears, blood, and New York energy in that book just like pulsates and still rings true and echoes for me. And yeah, I don't know what it is, but truly did kick off sort of my return and love of reading and why I started this YouTube channel, to be honest. So thanks, Raven Leilani. You did it for me. Okay. Number 9, Dictee by Teresa Hak Kyung, for its form, function, and genre-defying existence in poem, in memoir, in a split between two languages, French and English, with also Korean. It's pictographic, there's handwriting, images, symbols, there's everything in that book imaginable. It is the very act of human conscious history and memory intertwined together. Insane. Definitely a book I will return to in the future, as I feel like it's one of those books that like garners richness with every reread, and just the way that interacts with language, the very existence of language, is insane. Teresa is just like, I no words, but incredible. Number 8. I have not finished this book yet, just because of its immenseness. It is Solenoid by Mircea Cărtăruțiu, a behemoth of a novel. I think I'm still on page like 100 or something, but much like Dictee, it's the very impossible act of recounting your history while also meshing in elements of metaphysics, the idea of other realities, memoir, autofiction, yeah, all of that. Karl Ove Knausgaard if he did acid. Actually, shrooms. More so shrooms, I think. But yeah, incredible. I am taking it slow. I read a page a day, and I am enjoying it still. Did not finish, but it is in the top 10. Solenoid. Okay, at number 7. And I have a physical copy. Be Not Afraid of Love by Mimi Zhu. Perhaps the greatest nightcap Sorry, there is a man screaming about vegetables. Can I just wait until he passes? Do we wait? Okay, hopefully my voice is loud enough to talk over him. Be not afraid of love. The perfect nightcap to the end of the year. What it means to love thyself, love others wholeheartedly. I think self-help in general gets like a bad knack, but this did it for me. I definitely helped me sort out some feelings that I didn't tend to and definitely ignored. Yeah, really helped sort out some unattended feelings, shall I say. And you should too. Whether big or small, Mimizu has a lot to say in what it means to overcome the feeling of numbness, how to purge properly, and seek out resources, and ask for help in ways in which it is hard to ask for help. So, everyone, read this. This is in the top 10 because I wish I had this when I was confused, stressed, and suicidal at 16. Anybody else? Yeah, I just think, yeah, I had resources like this growing up that felt like it was meant for me. So any like teens out there coming into your 20s, or if you're in your 20s, this one will do you good, I promise you. Be Not Afraid of Love, Mimizu. At number 6, we are at Simple Passion by Annie Ernaux. Isn't she a fave of 2022, right? To be honest, I couldn't stop thinking about this. I don't know why. Like when I first read it, I was like, meh. But then I don't know what it was. It was just this idea that this affair meant more than the relationship that she already existed in, and the obsessive nature of knowing that this was profound love, even though that she was in love with children. I don't know. I really don't know why, but simply captivated by the obsessive nature in which we feed into these loves that mean more than what we think love is, even though we know it's not right for us. And isn't that the oldest tale of all? Simple Passion, Annie Ernaux. I still think about it. Yesterday, I think I thought about it. That woman, Annie. Okay, well, number 5. Pure Color, Sheila Heti. Read it in March, definitely needed it in March. It was during the time when Korea was lifting its COVID restrictions, and I was just experiencing this newness with life. It was spring during that time, and it just made sense. The book just made sense when I read it, and yeah, this joyous, biblical, spiritual text about a woman who loses her body in grief of her father, and the descent into which she becomes part of nature and art and everything is a glorious fable in itself. And it's gorgeous. Sheila Heti, rich language. Made me turn pages. Loved that story a lot. At number 4, we have Raven Smith's Men. Raven Smith's Men, though, nonfiction. Incredibly hilarious. Probably the funniest book I read all year. What that book is like sitting down with your friend over a pint or a coffee and talking for like 6 hours. And you're just having a good time. That's what Raven Smith's Men feels like. And that's why you should read it. Because I don't have any friends. Books are my friends. Books are better than people. I said it. Yeah. Hilarious. He recounts what men are to him, his daddy issues, the men he's dated, the men he's fucked, the men he's seen, the men he wishes he still was with and not with. And yeah, incredibly hilarious. Ravensmith has a very sharp tongue, very lyrical prose, and very, very funny. So, read Men, Ravensmith. And at number 3, we're at number 3. Do people hold number 3 like this or like this? Like this. What's comfortable for you? Let me know. I have a physical copy, An Apprenticeship, or The Book of Pleasures. A very simple story by Clarice Lispector. And if y'all don't know, I am a Lispector stan. New to this channel, I worship her. She's my religion. Clarice Lispector. A simple tale, really. Man meets woman. But it's not the idea of love that we're after. It's the idea of what it means to be human, alive. When we interact with love and people and the very basic nature of what it means to be in a relationship. I'll be honest, I just read this book at a very specific time and part in my life in which I was thinking about all of the things that was discussed in this book. And yeah, I don't know, when literature and life go hand in hand, art is speaking, and you must let it speak through you and let it do its job. And it did its job, and I was moved. And that is why it is one of my top 10 reads of 2022. Love this. And definitely something I might pick up again, as is the case with most Lispector books. She's definitely that writer that invites new ideas as you continue to live an experience. And, okay, we're getting down to the list now. We're at number 2. Number 2. And guess what, y'all? Number 2 is a tie. I really can't choose between these two as my number 2. But yes, look at this. We have another Lispector. We'll start with Lispector first. So at number 2, tied, Aquaviva, Clarice Lispector. The Birth of Art. When I was first starting this. And then, much like this, just intertwined with my life perfectly. And everything made sense. As I was reading Aquaviva aloud, everything that Lispector was saying made a lot of sense in my own life, in my own art, and in my own relationship to it and with others, and a very specific person also related to this. So yeah, I read both of these sort of back to back, and once again just made sense with my life. Aquaviva, though, I think is a very beautiful testimony to what it means to create art, to create the object of art, and how that object manifests. Incredible. Very slim, yet packs a punch. Aquaviva, Clarice Lispector. Tied with Edward Glissant and Hans Ulrich Obrist, Archipelago. A beautiful brain snack about the death of globalization and the rise of creolization, and what it means to let art in different cultures breathe to form this creolization through institutions, through culture, and place as well. Yeah, Glissant was one of our greatest modern thinkers, sadly passed away, I believe, 10 years ago. And Hans Ulrich Obrist is one of my favorite museum curators and just talking head when it comes to art and in conversation with other artists. And yeah, as soon as I finished this, I felt like I could reread it. Page 1. And let me read page 1 for you once again, because it does a lot. Don't use the real to justify your failings. Instead, realize your dreams in order to deserve your reality. And with that thought and the next and the next, I just highlighted a bunch in this book, and it's just a beautiful brain snack that I think I can return to over and over again. Yeah, and that's a tie between the two. And here we are, drum roll, ladies and gentlemen, folks of all books, readers of readers, my top #1 book of 2022. You probably already guessed it if you're a fan of the channel. The Sluts by Dennis Cooper. And I believe this was also Jalen's #1. Just oof. Big oof. The way I gasped in some parts of the book, the end, the castration scene, and I'll leave it there. The Sluts. In form, in function, it's an internet book, very early internet book from 2004 that still speaks the truth of today and how we speak on the internet. Told in forum posts by anonymous writers, the entire book is filled with unreliable narrators. How do you trust a book when everyone is untrustworthy? What do you do with fiction when you can't trust a single voice? When the main character in this book changes his age, changes his hair colors, and his motives, not only his own, but through the perception of others. Incredibly wild, this book. And yeah, just takes turns you didn't think it needed to take. And yeah, the most subversive book I read of 2022 and read in a really long time. If Gaspar Noé wrote books, this is it. This is it. The Sluts, Dennis Cooper. Yeah, do you see how well loved and tattered this copy is? Took me a few weeks to read it. But definitely recommend reading it in one sitting. For the big jaw-dropping, eye-widening experience of reading Dennis Cooper for the first time. And if you are, this should be your first, as it was mine. De-virginized, Pop My Cherry, The Sluts, Dennis Cooper. And that is my top 10 of 2022. I went speedy, gave you a quickie on all of them because all of the books have been mentioned in past vlogs and I believe in future vlogs. So yeah, stay tuned. Become a fan of the channel. Like and subscribe. Love me, please. That's all I'm really trying to say. Let me know what your top reads of 2022 are, and let me know what you're gonna be reading in 2023. I'm curious to know. Can we make 100? Are we gonna do 100, fam? Are we? Is that gonna happen? Let me know. As always, be well, do good work, keep in touch.